Welcome to Never or Forever, and this is 2021's Arcane League of Legends. First off, this show is like none other, and I can confidently say that this is by far the best video game adaptation ever. Arcane took me by surprise, because video game movies and TV shows have a reputation for being terrible. The story is a 10 out of 10. It has twists and turns. It has everything from tear-jerking to jaw-dropping moments. You'll have to pick up your jaw and wipe your tears more than once.
Oh, you'll be able to, as soon as he can move his jaw again.
The world of Arcane is in a steampunk setting, with the Undercity of Zorn against the topside city of Piltover, because of how poorly the Undercity has been treated and oppressed over the years. The show is about two sisters who both made mistakes that drove them apart, and scientists that don't know when to stop and go too far. I would highly suggest clearing your schedule before you watch Arcane, because once you start, you won't be able to stop, and it'll have you wishing for more. This heartbreaking show pulls you in further and further every episode, and amazes you repeatedly in the process. The show had me on the edge of my seat from start to finish, leaving me wanting so much more when it was over. Season 2 confirmed? Don't be fooled by the fact that the show is animated. It's not like any other animation, and it is not for kids. This show is shockingly beautiful and brutal at the same time, creating incredible visuals and atmosphere that you're gonna want to save as your screensaver. The animation is best described as a polished yet messy painting. It is art. The physicality of all the characters feels so natural and not robotic like a lot of other animations end up doing. The attention to detail is staggering. Like, some of the characters' eyes are gray to begin, but change when the characters are more developed. There is so much love, care, and craft put into the show. This show has some of the most riveting, brutal, and entertaining fight scenes ever in animation. It had me wincing at every punch. And they don't take fights lightly. People get hurt and die. So it causes you to fear for your favorite characters going into a battle or a duel. The sound design is on point. It's very sharp and direct, making you feel like you're alongside these unforgettable characters. I would recommend wearing headphones to get the full experience, but that's just me. The characters are all flawless in design and execution. Every character is given a distinct personality that is reflected in their design, making them all extremely different. And the costume design is just so freaking good. The performance was enchanting. The actors all delivered. The cast is pretty much perfect. Haley Steinfeld as Vi, Mia Sinclair Janice as Jinx, BJ Blahnik as Vander, and Katie Liang as Caitlyn. Just perfect. The casting director nailed every single voice. Nobody felt out of place or lesser than. Everyone brought their A game. The dialogue is incredible, gifting me with plenty of new favorite quotes.
We played a game where we pretended to be bigger and bigger monsters. So she would say, "I'm a slug monster with venom for ooze." And I would say, "Well, I'm a slug eating crab with razor spikes." Sometimes I'd get carried away and she'd get scared. I didn't want her to start crying and wake my parents up, so I pretended to chase my own monsters away. I'd say, "No monster's gonna get you when I'm here." Then a real monster showed up. And I just ran away.
So good. Holy. It's well written, just making the show that much better.
In the pursuit of great, we fail to do good.
There's one problem with the characters. I loved them all way too much. Meaning, like, there was nobody I hated. Not like a bad character or anything, but there was no character I loved to hate, like a villain. I just loved everyone, which made it even harder to watch them die and get the shit kicked from them. Personally, Vi is my favorite. She's just way too good.
My hero.
I can't even just give this show enough praise. Wow, this show seems perfect is what you're saying. And yeah, it's pretty damn close to perfect. It's truly a masterpiece. But aside from people getting their hearts and heads kicked in, there's one thing for sure that really grinds my gears. The music is almost perfect. Almost. Every scene has a memorable score or song to go along with it. But the intro is what gets me. Everything else is practically perfect. But the song they chose is a big thorn on my side. It seems dated like 2014 Imagine Dragons, and doesn't seem to fit the show. So, we actually come up with our own version. Oh, but definitely give the show's soundtrack a listen, you won't regret it. And one more thing, the show sometimes goes into a first-person view, which works sometimes and feels out of place other times. And that's it. That's pretty much everything. Now, I'm just waiting to get a spot to voice a character in the next season. Come on Netflix, let's make something happen. To overview. If you have a Netflix account, this show is a absolute must-watch. It has taken first place for my favorite TV show, and I'll probably watch it many more times. I love it all just so much. It has an extreme amount of heart. This show left an impact on me, and I'm sure it will on you too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go rewatch Arcane again. So I'm sure you can tell by now, but this is clearly a forever, and I will probably continue to watch it forever. Arcane can be found on Netflix. Let us know what you thought of Arcane, and that's enough.